Hello, and welcome back to Naturally Spiritual, where we correlate the spiritual with the natural. I'm
And
Cheryl,
I'm Sherry.
and we're here talking about let it go.
Sometimes you have to,
Let it go.
regardless if you want to or not.
Right, because that holding on and that unforgiveness
Mhm.
has it has you in bondage,
Right,
right?
you're held
You're
captive.
held captive, and a lot
Mhm.
of times it's in your own mind that you're upset and thinking that person cares. They don't.
Right.
They don't.
So even when somebody come to you like Casey, sorry, you need to forgive
You
them.
need to
Like
forgive
even
them.
if they don't mean it, you have to.
Right, and it's not about you appearing weak.
Right,
Not
right.
about
Hmm.
they win, I'm
Right.
losing.
Right. Well, what about when people say, I'm not forgiving him because in their minds they think that forgiving somebody is actually excusing them from the
Right,
deed, but
but it doesn't. That's
that's
not
not
the
the
case
case.
at all.
Exactly. Right.
Right,
So you have to forgive. Um, even if you think their apology is haphazard. You
right.
remember back in the day, Big Mama used to say, "That's your sister. Now you hug
You
her.
hug.
That's your brother. You kiss him and
Right.
tell him you sorry."
Uh-huh.
That kind of stuff. So
Right.
you still have
Right.
to make up in your mind you're going to be the one who gives the forgiveness.
Right.
Because again, as you just said, that frees
It
you.
frees you no
Right.
matter what they do. Because look, because the
Exactly.
vengeance is the Lord's, right?
Exactly. That's what he
So
says.
yeah, it
Yeah.
says it. So don't worry
Mhm.
about how they're going to get theirs. They'll get theirs,
Right,
right?
exactly. And as you just said, you're in bondage, and that bondage, in the natural, you are heavy with this,
Yes.
for
Yes.
years and years and years. And
Mhm.
I know some of it can be very, very hurtful. Some
Mhm.
of it can be very, very, very traumatized.
Mhm.
But that forgiving them doesn't mean you're excusing them.
Right.
So, because there's no excuse in most cases for what they have done.
Right.
Right. So, forgiving them means freeing yourself.
Right. And I'll tell you that back to the bondage part,
Mhm.
sometimes that bondage has not only you in bondage, but you carry that over to
right
someone else that has
exactly
nothing to do with the reason you're hurt, right?
absolutely exactly
And I think we say it all the time when I get tickled sometimes because for a while, look, rest my daddy's soul, but when and it wasn't anything that he really did, but
okay
you
right
see what I'm saying?
yes right
My dad had a hard time like trusting
right yeah
others to care for him, right?
yeah exactly
And it was because of things of his past.
right
I think
right
eventually
right
he forgave, but it was just
mm-hmm.
one of those things.
Right exactly, and that was something from childhood,
From childhood, right?
abandonment and stuff,
Yes.
even that, and when he finally forgave,
Mm-hmm.
but still it was so deeply embedded in him that he didn't forgive. He didn't forgive because of what was done to him. I was abandoned, and so he learned to care for himself. So
Right.
he did not entrust
He
that
didn't
to
entrust
anybody
it
else.
to anyone
But
else, including us.
exactly right. Unfortunately,
Right.
So you have to think about that thing in the natural.
Mhm.
You can carry that thing on you, and it embeds so deeply
Right,
in you. It
right.
holds you.
It holds
and just
you. Yep.
you're
Yes.
captive.
Right.
And you don't even mean to
And
be
you don't
so.
even need to be so.
But there is healing that comes with
Right.
forgiveness.
There is
Mhm.
healing in Colossians 3:13. It says, bearing with one another, and if one has a complaint against another,
Mhm.
forgiving
Forgive
each other
Yeah,
as the
exactly.
Lord has forgiven you.
Mhm.
So you also must forgive.
Right.
Oh, that
You
was a
have to.
mouthful.
Right. You have to. You
Right.
must. If you want your healing, you do have to forgive.
Right.
And I say it all the time. All the time. Again, there's no excuse in most cases, but there is forgiveness to be given.
Yes.
So you have to extend that grace to
Right.
somebody. You have to extend it even when it's hurt. And as you extend it, and as you find yourself forgiven, you find that weight lifted off of you.
Yep.
You find yourself in a healthy place, so then you can have healthy relationships moving forward with whomever. You can have healthy relationships with yourself because of a lot of forgiving and a lot of releasing is actually healing yourself from the inside out. And so you're learning to love yourself. You're learning to, um, trust people.
Mhm.
You're learning to care for people, and
Mhm.
you are learning to be able to accept that they can care for you.
Right.
You
Right.
know,
Mhm.
so there's healing. There's a
There's
lot to
healing.
be in
Yes,
forgiveness.
there's
A
healing.
lot to be in forgiveness. You
Yes.
know,
So free yourself.
free yourself, free
Right.
your mind. Okay.
Okay.
All
And
right.
let's go ahead and end it there.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
That was a little heavy.
It
Brings
is,
back
but
memories, but
someone
someone
needed
needs to
it.
hear that,
Yeah,
right?
someone needed to.
So we're going to go ahead and end it there, and we hope that you're able to free yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But in the meanwhile, go ahead and like us.
Okay, share us.
Talk to us. Leave us those comments. Right.
And then talk to whomever who needs forgiveness.
Right.
You know, go ahead and talk to them.
Talk to them.
Talk to them. Talk to us. Talk to someone.
Right.
You know, okay.
And hit that red subscribe button.
Right. Exactly.
And then mosey on over. Thank you again. This part of the commercial. Thank you for those who have already.
Very grateful.
And we forgive you if you have not.
right. And if you want it, go ahead and get it. Go ahead and get it. And we will thank you. And we just hope that you guys have an awfully blessed night.
Good night.
Good night.